Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the man behind the counter, Duncan, and today we're going to talk about a criminally underrated and overlooked movie. It came out in 1998, straight to video, but it has great production values and a great cast. It is Shelter. I rented it from Blockbuster back in 1998 because I saw a trailer for it for another movie I was renting, and I'm like, this looks pretty intriguing. And I was not disappointed when I finally did look at it. This movie stars John Allen Nelson, Peter Onorati, Charles Durning, Kurtwood Smith, Stefanos Miltsakakis, Brenda Baki, Costas Mandylor, and Lyndon Ashby from Mortal Kombat fame. It's directed by Scott Paulin. So these names might pop out at you, but if you were watching the movie, you're like, I know him, I've seen him before too. And Lyndon Ashby, obviously from Mortal Kombat. Everybody's seen the 1995 classic of Mortal Kombat. He was Johnny Cage in that. So this plot has a lot of great dynamics, and the acting's really good too. John Allen Nelson is the star. He plays Martin Roberts. He's an ATF agent in Arkansas. And the movie starts out with an action sequence where he goes on a bus and busts some arms dealers. But his boss, Landis, played by Charles Durning, is kind of corrupt. And he kind of skims the weapons off and sells it to some of his criminal friends so they can sell them. So it's a little criminal enterprise going there. And Martin Roberts, is a very by-the-book guy, has, a lot of morals and integrity. And his partner, Jimmy, played by Lyndon Ashby, tries to tell him just accept it. It sucks, but, he just doesn't want to do it. So his situation is he does these daredevil busts because he's kind of lonely. His wife was in an accident, and now she's in a catatonic state and is very brain damaged, and she stays at a home, and she's alive, but she can't really live. So she just kind of lays there, and he's heartbroken over it, but he doesn't want to move on because he married her, So, even he was talking to Jimmy about that. He's like, he wouldn't be walking away. He's like, yeah, it would. I can't do it. Part of me wants to, but I can't. He still loves her. So he's very tormented and troubled. Not just professionally, but personally as well. And then there's a car accident. He's at a diner and just having some coffee, and there's a car accident outside of the diner. And he sees this beautiful woman, Helena, who captivates him, played by Brenda Baki. And he helps her, calls for help for the accident, just sits her down in the diner, tries to calm her down, talks to her briefly. And she is quite beautiful, and he's captivated by her and just kind of asks her out. And she says no, she's married, and she moves on. And some rough-looking people come to pick her up. And it turns out she's married to the head of the Greek mafia in Arkansas. So, that one's kind of off limits there, So he sees the rough-looking characters come pick her up, and he moves on, and he finds out that his wife has died. So, he's heartbroken over this, and it's over for him. And so he just dives into work and all the corruption there. And him and Jimmy go on a bust, and Landis and his criminal friends want more of the arms dealing territory, and it's run by Dimitri Konstantinos, the head of the Greek mafia, played wonderfully by Peter Onorati. He is an intimidating guy. And they want to bring in some outside mercs to take him out. And also, Landis's friends want to take out Martin Roberts because, he's not looking the other way, and he's tired of his criminal activities. So he's close to Landis, and Landis is close to him and doesn't want to kill him, but his friends do. So they try to set up the ATF people to kill them off, and the Greek mafia, so it gets everyone off their back, and they bring in outsiders so no one can tie to them. But Roberts is there, and he's like, this smells bad, and Jimmy starts to suspect something too. And then Martin sees Helena again, and he sees the setup, and he goes in to try to save her, and he's also realizes they're trying to kill him too. So there's a big shootout, and he unintentionally saves Dimitri Konstantinos' life. So, and his partner Jimmy was killed. So now he's on the run from supposedly his brothers in law enforcement, Landis. You know, they were after him, so these mercs go after him. So now he ends up in the limo with Dimitri Konstantinos because he inadvertently saves his life. So Dimitri's like, bring him along. So he brings him along, and brings him in. He's like, look, he gets to the bottom of why he helped him, which he really helped him, you know, because he was just trying to save his own ass, and because he saw Helena there. But he meets Helena's husband now, and Helena tells him, don't tell him that we've met. It's better for both of us that he didn't. But Dimitri offers him a security job and shelter, hence the title. He offers him, you know, solitude here. He's like, look, your law enforcement friends think you're a criminal, and they're out to kill you. Work for me, provide security, I'll pay you a lot better, and you have shelter in my compound. So he's stuck there now, even though his morals, he doesn't want to work for the Greek mafia. But he's also captivated by Helena. And so they grow closer, and he tries to avoid it and tries to fight the feelings, but they start to fall for each other. And he knows that Dimitri will never let her go. So that's where the conflict really arises, you know. He's got to stay at the compound to survive, but he can't be with Dimitri's wife. And all these conflicts come together, and he has to wonder how he'll resolve it and how will they get away. And there's a lot of great dynamics here. The acting is great. You feel for these two characters, you know, that fall in love and want to run off into the sunset, but they're both troubled, so they have their own baggage, and then obviously the Greek mafia is not going to allow it. So there's a lot of great action, but the characters and the story is so strong here that the action means more. So there's a good amount of action, but not tons, but it's very captivating. It's a great story, and like I said, it's very, very underrated. And now it's free to stream on Tubi. It's finally somewhere you can stream it. It was only like this DVD. And I'm so glad more people can see it, so now I've decided to talk about it. I've been wanting to talk about it for a long time, but there's nowhere to stream it, and I don't like talking about movies that you can't find anywhere. So this is the one, now you can stream it for free. I think you wouldn't be disappointed. So if you're a fan of under-the-radar movies, straight-to-video, underrated movies, anything like that, give Video Mania 2 a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments, are you willing to check this out? Have you seen it? Do you think it's underrated? Let me know any of those things. And take care until next time.